is obviously the star of the film, and what a beautiful film. It's one of my favorites. So good job. Way to go. So I'm going to pass the mic over to you, and we'll do a Q&A with Melissa. Who wrote it? Who directed it? Give us a little background on the production of it and your involvement.
Okay, so I'm not from Utah. I was born and raised in North Carolina. My dad and my stepmom are here, and it's taken a little while to kind of get to know people here in Utah, but I studied with these people. Michelle Bossy was the director. She was a friend of mine from college. We went to school at Webster Conservatory in St. Louis together, and Brian Pratt is one of our friends who was the writer. And then even the mom in the film, my mom, was our acting professor, Kat Singleton. So 20 years later, after college, we got back together and we started talking about how, we wanted to make a film together. And Michelle and I had both been through some difficult divorces, and we just were talking about it. And we talked with Brian, the writer, and he said, let's start with your life and let's go with that. And since both of us had experience going through that, and both of us were from blended families, with our parents and our families, we decided to make a film sharing some of the things that we had lived through and kind of the emotions and what that was like. I was a single mom for almost 10 years of 3 girls, so a lot of these things came from sharing my experience with the writer. Yes.
You have a beautiful voice. I mean, did you tell them to write that into the script?
Thank you. I actually started mostly with music in my life. Grew up, my dad paid every year for 20 years of our life to put our family on television. We were the musical Michaels, singing Christmas songs every year, so people would pick on me. But I actually have a couple of albums. I mean, an album out and a single. One was out through Deseret Book, but it would happen right during my divorce, so that was really a difficult time to kind of promote myself and my music. But it is played. I do have music out, and so I think that they knew they wanted to include that aspect, especially because Christmas is the perfect time to bring up Christmas music. So we did it in 2019, and it was supposed to come out in 2019, but due to the budget, it actually took us longer to finish the post-production. And so I'm really grateful that it came out in 2020, because I think that not just going through single parenting, but I think this year with the holidays, can you all relate that we might have had a little bit of a lonely holiday this year? And so this was actually the right time. It was the right time for the release. So thank you.
I've had a few of those holidays too. That's why I'm like, oh, I totally get it. And I could tell you were doing it from personal experience. I didn't know anything about your past or stories or anything, but I could tell you had, your heart was in it. And that's what made me grateful for the film. So it was an easy choice to bring it to the festival. So
I just have such a testimony that the right people come into your life at the right time in those difficult times. And that's sort of symbolic of what we wanted with this film, which is to say, re-examine what you do at those times in your life when you need to still create community and tradition, maybe in a different way. And I think we've all had experience with that this year. So yeah, we have a very blessed blended family. And I think it's something that I hope that in the LDS community we can talk about more. And that's why I'm so grateful that you put this in the festival, because I really think it's a topic, blended families, divorce, things like that. And we live through it as LDS people too. And it's something that I wish we talked about more. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't know how long you're staying during the festival, but you have to meet my wife, okay?
Oh, yes, I will.
Because we're a blended family, and so many of who here knows my wife. So yeah,
She's awesome.
But she is awesome. You'll love her. So we'll try to get you to meet her before you leave. So thank you, Melissa. Appreciate it. So all right, okay.